Hello there, hobby crew. My name is Stefano. I'm talking to you from Metalmerak Miniature Painting Studio from Brazil. And today I want to show you my project for Armies on Parade 2020 edition. So I've been on the hobby for a few years so far, and I have set up my own miniature painting studio, and I have painting mostly Warhammer miniatures. And I'm very excited about everything on Armies on Parade competition. It's a really nice way to celebrate the hobby. And for this year, I have done a very special project inspired by Speedfreeks whole miniatures and world. So let me show you a little bit of what I have done. Okay, hobby crew, so here's my board for Armies on Parade. So it's all inspired by the Speedfreeks. I got a name for the board, which was the whole inspiration for it. So it's I title as Kult of Speed. So the idea is to pretty much just show what my imagination was for the Speedfreeks scenery ideas. So it has all the Speedfreeks models and sceneries, and a lot of pieces of scenery around. I also built some rocks, and then I added a backdrop on the back to kind of pull the whole scenery all together. So let me walk you around. So a few of my ideas. You're gonna see that the whole board, it has some Easter eggs spread around. So let me show you bit by bit. So here on the farther left, you can see I have done a billboard. So this billboard is kind of showing the idea of what the race name will be. So I got inspired by the Le Mans 24 hours race, which is kind of a everlasting race. So the WOG 24 hours was kind of the idea. And then on the bottom I have done a slogan, which is I have done in Portuguese. So translated to English, this will be something like run, because Orks is gonna get you. And then on the very bottom, which the weathering makes a little hard to see, is to kind of buy your tickets on the Games Workshop website. So that's kind of the idea. Just here on the bottom, a little hidden, is one of the Orks. So this is just an add up. So he's kind of a guard or a sniper. Just make sure that nobody's running out of the race, so everybody's kind of racing a little bit like kind of a death racing kind of way. And just underneath it, this kind of this podium. So I added 3 Orks over here. The one on the farther left is one of the yellow teams, and then there'll be the red teams, and then the big winner on the bottom, on the center. And then you can see a little squig just running around. And on the back, just like kind of like any other podium, you see all the sponsors. So for that, I have done simulated like a metal plate. And then on this metal plate is kind of all the GW, Warhammer, Citadel logos, and of course the Orks logos. So that's pretty much what's here on the left. This scenery here, this big rock, it's a scenery that I have done. It's a full 3D print, so it's a full piece, all done in 3D printing. So I have modeled this in 3D, then I just use my printer to print it out. So I have done some sculpting, transforming, and then I have chopped this side here to kind of make this section here, to make like this whole scenery was a cutout of the whole race scenery. And on the beginning here, you see where will be kind of the start sign. I have done the Waza sign, and just about to start the racing. It's one of the vehicles over here. So most of the vehicles I have done following the box art color scheme, and added a little effects to it. So you can see here all the squigs. I have used some varnish with a gloss finish to make them like look a little gross. So that's kind of the idea, because this boogie over here is it has a weapon on the left side to kind of shoot out squigs. And then all over the race, I have done all this, you can see here, all this scenery over here, this barricade. So I use some of these barricades are from the Speedfreeks box setup. Some of them I have complemented with some old vintage Orks barricades. So these ones are a resin. So this one here, and you're gonna see the other ones around that are from the same set. And then, so here is it's kind of a racetrack. So as from the start, the idea is that you have the start over here, and then you have kind of a split on the race. So you either just continue over here, which is, you can see these other vehicles are going. And then I have built a ramp. So it's kind of to use this one, as it's got inspired by a scrap jet. So it's kind of flying over. It's like almost like taking off. So that's the idea I have done for this. So it's kind of flying off, almost going through the backdrop. So I have done a lot of details on all these vehicles and all this scenery. You can see the bomb of this vehicle. I got inspired by the Mario bomb. So it has a little Mario bomb kind of style. And then I have made the backdrop in a way that it would feel like this one is flying through that other track over there. So the backdrop is a full print. So I have done this, it's all Photoshop work. So I kind of use about 8 different images to build this. And I made this, just distorted the images, so kind of match the perspective of the board. And then also match the color. So I have painted the board before, painted the scenery before, and then I just match up with Photoshop to make sure it's all, the same color palette. But I also added some vehicles there on the images. So some official box art, some, from other colleagues' works, you can see over there. And also on the back, on the top was some orc planes. And here on the right, you're gonna see this big rock. This huge rock is also a full 3D print. So I also, it's a model that I got from the internet, and then I just resize it and chop it off also to make a nice cutout. And on the top I add this orc sign to kind of set up, for the whole board to kind of have a main statement here on the top. And you can see here, one of the Easter eggs that I add is this little Gretchen over here. So this guy, he was actually from one of the vehicles, supposed to be like on the shoulder of one of the Orks. But I have used that guy. When I decided to make this huge rock, I want just like a big rock with something quite small in the middle. And when I saw this model, I said, oh, that's him. This is supposed to be something that you don't see from the main pictures, but you find out. That's what it's idea. And then the bottom, I want something like a flat surface that I painted like a fake tunnel, so the inspiration here is from the Road Runner cartoon, you know, where the coyote kind of paints these fake tunnels around. So then you have the track will have this corner around, and then if you get fooled by the fake tunnel, you just go keeping forward. I have added later on this scratching here, painting the wall, but and then you see one of the squigs over there, and you can see this orc bike is just about to smash his head against the rock. And then I have spreaded some barrels around, some, you know, scrap junk around, and some scenery rocks, and also the desert foliage around. And here you can see some of the other vehicles, not a big tricycle, some of the other orc bikes, and some of the orc vehicles. So I'm gonna be posting some more details, images of each vehicle on my Instagram page. So here you can check it out how they all fit together. It's kind of scenery. And then here on the bottom, just in the front of the board, what I have done is a kind of a stop for the orcs, you know. So the idea is to build, like, use the Merak shop and build something like a pit stop for the race. So then the vehicles will pull over, get fixed, and then continue the race. So I have used a lot of the scrapyard junk to kind of feel, you know, just getting the parts, getting fixed, stop and go. And then I added 2 orcs over here. You can see one of them I used his knife to make something similar, like the F1 race guys here that have the sign that says stop. So that's the idea. Then I added the tools to their hands, so a little bit of the conversion that I have done. Then I painted all the details over here. And then we have these 2 bikes that's supposed to be, you know, just got fixed and racing back to the race. So yeah, that's a lot of work. One of the things I wanted to mention to you was that this whole project was done for Armies on Parade. So none of these models I have done was ready before. So I had all the boxes, all, you know, on sprues. So all this that you see over here was build and paint for this competition. So altogether was something like 3 to 4 months kind of work, going from the conceptions, the ideas. I have done some work on 3D to see what fits and what doesn't, to work on the layout of the miniatures. And then I start, you know, printing some of the scenery, building the models, painting them, and yeah, it was a lot of work, but it was a great project to work on. Lots of fun, and a very good way to show what my idea of the Speedfreeks work would be in my mind when I first saw these miniatures. Alright, so yeah, that's all, guys. Thanks very much for watching. Cheers.